I'm Bettina Carey for WeEmpowerYourLife.com and the We Empower You community. And we're going to go ahead and switch gears here this afternoon. Join us by going to the WeEmpowerYourLife.com website. Click on the calendar tab if you're watching on Facebook and join us. We'd love to have you here. I am going to now switch over and introduce our next speaker. Nigel is living out his life purpose of activating and unleashing the greatness in people. And Master Nigel Henry is typically working directly one-on-one behind the scenes with me, the chief or ambitious, highly gifted, extraordinary, out-of-the-box individual who has desires or intentions of being known as the number one, the greatest, and the disruptor in my industry or profession, while I am making massive beneficial changes in the world. His specific service for which he is highly compensated is engaging me, his client, in a proprietary form of thinking methodology called activation conversations. And this typically results in me experiencing mastery performance and in my contributing insane amounts of value to at ludicrous speeds. Master Nigel's activation conversations covers the full gamut of my world, including life's calling, global impact, business performance, health relationships, and personal lifestyle. So join us now as we dive deep into how we can activate some very deep levels of awareness and also awaken some of our very own personal superpowers and abilities. And with that, I introduce Nigel Henry. Go ahead and unmute.
Okay, greetings, everyone. As Bettina mentioned, my life purpose is activating and unleashing the greatness in people. My background is software engineering. So it's a little transition from engineering to, I would say, the personal development industry. But basically it came about because I was working on the Y2K bug. You guys remember that, year 2000, and successfully completed it. And they wanted to promote me. And just as they were about to promote me, I heard my inner voice say, well done, Nigel, you debugged the machines. Now go and debug the human computer. And so I said yes back in 2000 and went off on this journey to find out the bug that was interfering with the human being. And within a few months, I actually found it. And so for all of those who are curious, the bug is a 3-letter word, and it is the word N-O-T. I just write it down. It seemed very simple, but that little word there is interfering with the human mind. And the link between the computers and the human mind is there's a lot of parallels. In fact, I often say, and God made man in her own image, and man made computers in his own image. So if I study the computer, I'll probably have a good understanding of the human mind. Bottom line is, the mind is programmable, and is programmable in programming language, which is called speech. And some words in the speech will make the mind slow down and literally downgrade. And when those words are removed, the mind goes back to its natural speed of flourishing performance. So I'm just going to stop there and hope that makes sense. What I found is that when the human mind is debugged, what really happens is that people produce more value. The speed at which we produce value increases. And so one way to find that out is to have each person on this call talk and share something about themselves and about the value that they are here to produce. So who would like to go first? Who's that? I see Maya. Is that Maya?
Mia.
Mia. Does that mean she'd like to go first? Okay, how about Rita? Go ahead. Are you muted?
Hi, Nigel. Yes.
Hi.
Mute. How are you?
Great.
So a little bit about me. My name is
Yes.
Kutsi. I'm also known as Mama Rita Money. And my passion is to revolutionize the way we all learn and deal in our relationships with money, to create a society where we are an elevated society when it comes specifically to I'm going to call it our love language of money, so that we can all flourish together. Stop the old pandemic ways of teaching, create the new, so that we can flourish together. And my mission is to educate over 10 million families in the next, excuse me, wow, I just added the number. So that sounds exciting. It was 1 million in the next 10 years, but it just might be 10 depending on all of us and how we show up and we share. And I do that through my Money Education Movement boot camps, where it's no secret to be wealthy. All we have to do is learn what wealthy people do and know what smart money people know to make, grow, and keep our money and have fun while doing it.
Awesome. Now that actually, what a beautiful coincidence, because it actually connects with one of the frameworks or paradigms that I'd like to share. And then after I share that, I'd like Rita to call the next person to share. But I just want to, can I share my screen?
Yes.
Let me see. Let's see. I can do that. 1 second there. Here we go. It's call. Yes, I think I can share. Here we go. Sharing. Yes, I found it. Okay, here it is. Can anyone see this? It's can you guys see it?
Oh, look at that. Love
Yeah.
the top.
Okay. So it's very related to what Rita's talking about. What I found out from just working with people since the year 2000 is that there are 4 mindsets. Has anyone heard of mindset? You hear about mindset coach, right? So I didn't actually know what that was. I just heard it because the coaches say all the time, you know, you got to change your mindset. You know, they talk about mindset all the time. But from my work, I just noticed that people's minds behave in 4 distinct patterns. And they fit on a pyramid. So let me just quickly describe it, and then I'll get back to the intros. So there's a mindset, which I call the dying mindset. And each mindset has a cash flow pattern. Cash flow pattern. So the dying mindset, the cash flow pattern is that the amount of money or contribution goes down over time. Another way of looking at cash flow is measuring the value that I'm producing in the world or the contribution in the world. There's another mindset, which is very, very popular and is also called normal. I'm just a normal human being. You've heard people say that, Nigel, I'm nothing special, I'm just normal. This normal mindset also corresponds to this thing called surviving. How are you doing today? Oh, you know, I survived another day. I'm grateful that I survived. And the survival mindset has what we call a flat line cash flow pattern, meaning when you check in with this person in 3 months from now, how much money are you making or how much contribution are you doing in the world? They say, well, you know, I'm kind of making about $50,000 a year. And then you check in with them 3 months later, how much are you making? 50,000. 2 years later, 50,000. Nothing has changed, right? Their life is the same as it was yesterday, tomorrow, and next year. This is quite normal. And the only difference between one normal person and another is just how much money they're making. But what we're talking about is the speed of their money. That's what we mean by cash flow. How fast is this money flowing into their account or out of their account? There's another group. By the way, this normal group is about 75% of the population or more. It's increasing now. This other group, which I call the striving group, their cash flow increases with time and effort. And they tend to be like professionals, doctors, lawyers, accountants, anyone who's spent about 7 years studying their craft and bill by the hour, right? So the more time they invest in their effort is the more money they make, and the more they actually bill by the hour. Time is money. You heard that phrase. And so it can range from anything from $10 an hour to $5,000 an hour. So this is it's not as popular as surviving, but it's in the professional classes. And then there's this group, which we call the 1%ers, where their money moves exponentially at an exponential speed, and it doesn't depend on the time or effort that they put into it. It's just, the money just kind of grows without any interference from them. And they have a problem called too much money, because it just keeps growing. And what Nigel is contending, that this mindset called the flourishing mindset is the actual birthright of all human beings. Every human being, when they come out the womb, this is the one that was installed in the factory. And every other mindset is the result of virus infection. And to the extent that I am not flourishing, then I am actually, my mind has been infected and I've been programmed to strive, or even worse, I've been programmed to survive. I just wanted to create that as a framework because it really maps beautifully into what Rita's saying. And I would like everyone to now consider currently, where am I on this pyramid? Am I operating in dying mode where money's just leaving me, man? Or am I operating in survival mode? Well, you know, I'm surviving. I'm not dead yet, but I'm making it. Or, hey, I'm striving, man. Every month things get better. Life is increasing. Life is wonderful. Oh, dude, I live in a whole different world. Money just comes to me effortlessly. My problem is what to do with it. I've got to join the giving pledge so I can get rid of it before I die, because it's accumulated at an exponential rate, man. What do I do with all this money that just keeps coming to me? So let's do it. Now I can go back to
Nigel,
the presentation.
Can you
Yeah.
also add the distinction that we had talked about, that in the dying arena, the question that folks
Okay. I will do that. It turns out that each mindset is actually generated by questions, generated. So every time someone has an intention, they ask questions. And I was going to go into that immediately after the intros, because I can automatically hear the questions when someone is talking about what they're doing. Is that okay, Bettina?
Yes.
I found if I just give people a solution, they take notes. But if I interact with them, they give notes. So I would like
Take
us
notes,
to give,
no less.
Okay. So yes, so back to Rita now. I can
And
stop
let's stop
sharing.
sharing the screen there.
Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Back to Rita.
Okay.
Who would you like to hear from next, Rita? Oh, before you go, Rita, which mindset would you say you're currently operating in? And none of it is permanent.
I am currently in the striving, but bridging into the flourishing right now.
Beautiful. So you're on that borderline. Okay, excellent. Now, who would you recommend to speak next?
I am going to recommend to you.
To you. You have the stage. Come to the stage.
Wow. Hello. It's nice
Hi.
to meet you, Rita, Nigel.
Hi.
Where do I start?
Well, let's start with your purpose or mission that you're on Earth doing right now.
Okay. As you can see, the title of my book is Healing the Holes in Your Soul. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and my mission and goal is to help others find their way like I found mine, because I've learned a lot regarding how we look at our limited beliefs and how we can become, at the moment, it was really, really great to see your pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay. I love your pyramid because I have one that only has 3 tiers, but it's victim, survivor, thriver. And it's our mindset. Yeah, it's our mindset that moves us forward. We can live in a prison of fear, or we can recognize what's keeping us, what our fears are, and move through that. And that's my mission and goal, to help others find their way out of abuse and domestic violence. So I'm really thrilled to be here to hear this, because for me, I'm really excited. The book is currently at the printers. It's going to be published very, very soon. And to learn everything that you're offering, I'm excited.
This is beautiful. How do you say your name?
My name is Tiu.
Tiu. This is beautiful. Because, well, let me ask you a quick, direct, personal question. Tiu, are you an angel?
Yes.
Great. Excellent. So all angels are on earth to contribute value, period. And they do it through their voice. So I suspect that you're going to be talking and teaching a lot, right? And yes, your voice is going to be shining light on those minds, whatever level they are, and your light will cause them to see the next level, not only see it, but a path out of it. Now,
absolutely.
Now, the main thing is we've got to put your mind in flourishing mode. That's what we've done. If the teacher angel is in, let's just say I am surviving and I'm teaching from surviving, guess what? Everyone in my audience is going to operate in survival mode, because the angel is the most influential person on the planet. Whatever she's doing, other people start replicating. So we say, angel, be aware of the 3 levels and set a super intention to return back to flourishing.
Absolutely.
Now, as soon as you set that intention, does any questions come to mind?
For me, yeah, there does, because I operate from my heart, my soul.
Yes.
Okay. And I look at things, I don't weigh things in value with currency, although that's something that we all need. We all need money to survive. We need to have success. We need to have financial knowledge, Rita, Mama Rita Money, or, she's a good example of what we all need in order to survive. In order to thrive and flourish in our world.
Well, let's flourish only. Thriving is work. Flourish is the birthright. Right?
Exactly.
So go ahead.
Exactly. So I desire to learn more and more on how I can become more flourishing.
All right. So thank you for that, because you just revealed a part of the thing that Angel Bettina was having me highlight. It turns out that the question that generates the survival mind, literally that mind just gets created by a question. And would you like to guess the type of question it is to you? Just first answer that pops into your head. It's not a question, it's a type of question. It's a very popular question in the library.
It's the how question. How do I get
Correct.
from point B?
Yes. So if I want to generate a survival mindset, I must ask how. Every time I want to do something, how do you do that? How do we influence people? How do I get my people out of survival? How do I make more money? How? Give up the how question. It creates the survival mindset. Now, Nigel, that's easier said than done. If I don't ask how, which question do I have available to me? So let me demonstrate to you here. So to you, I'm one of your clients, and I love your message. Wow, I see the light. I'm supposed to flourish in life. I got questions. What's the question on my mind? Right? Can you predict my question? Especially if I've been in the survival environment for a long time.
Okay.
There it is. It's going to come out. That's what they're going to be thinking. And if you're thinking it, they're just going to have the same answer, the same mindset that they have. So I'd like to recommend, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I have a
ahead.
question. Okay. My thought would be, if you can do it, show me. Show me.
Yes, but there's a question at the end of that. Show me. Show me how is what they really want to say.
Yeah, exactly. Show me.
I know.
Tell me how you did it.
I know. The how question is a trap. Okay. And
Okay.
it's very, very, very popular on Earth, especially here in America. Go to the library and look at the bookshelf, self-help. The how is the most popular bookshelf. If you go on Google and type in the letter H in YouTube, the first word that comes up is how to ... It just predicts it. So the how question creates the survival mind. So the first recommendation is to stop asking how. Plus, it just produces that cash flow pattern. Yes, so I'm going to hold you in suspense because I know you're wondering, well, how do I stop asking how? Okay, but while you're holding and thinking, which is exactly what mindsets are about, different levels of thinking, I'd like you to call on the next person.
Okay. Troy.
Troy, welcome to the stage, Troy.
I believe it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Troy.
Happy birthday, Troy.
Happy birthday, Troy.
Thank you, everyone. Good to be here.
Great. Troy, give us start with your purpose and business mission and anything else you'd like to share.
Okay. All right. So the simple phrase that I use that almost very similar to Rita is increasing individuals' financial intelligence.
Excellent. What does that look like? Assuming that you're successful and you surpass Rita and hit more than 10 million people in 1 year, and they got the message. What does the world now look like because of your success?
That's a good question. That's a really good question that I don't have a good answer to.
Well, I'll tell you one way to think of it. So most people are so busy trying to figure out the way to get things done, they've forgotten what it looks like when it is done. So my first recommendation is always start with the end in mind. Forget how you're going to do it, which is why I don't recommend the how question, but ask, what does it look like when it's done? Start with the vision. Mm-hmm. So I can see that people will be flourishing. That's one of the first thing that I can see. And if you haven't done that, by the way, I recommend that you actually take some time out to write down, man, I always assumed that I'll get it done, but I never figured out what it would look like when it is done. And it's called your vision for the world, right? You actually have a vision. It's just that the how question prevents people from seeing the end game. All right, so I'm going to give you the question that I was holding away from to you. The question that will move you out of the execution mode is the what question. Notice I asked, what does it look like? What's the vision? Practice that question and then use it when you're interviewing your prospects. Like, so what's your vision of success, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to want your product, whatever it is you're offering, right? But the question is, do they know what it looks like when it works for them? So if you can lock them into their own vision of what it looks like, then they'll want to know how, and you charge for that, right? The how is the secret. Okay, let's see. So on that pyramid, if you can remember it, where would you say you are operating currently?
Yeah. So currently I would say I'm in the surviving, which is an interesting, so I operated in the, what's above it, striving?
Striving, yes.
I operated in the striving area for 23 years. Every year the income went up a little bit.
Yes.
And then I retired from what I was doing. And now I've been doing a business the last 3 years, and I've kind of been in the survival as far as the income. It's kind of stayed the same.
I totally recognize that. That happened to me. My background was software engineering, Silicon Valley. I had so much money. I was actually in the flourishing mode. And then I said, I want to help people. And I switched from software engineering, .com and all that, and started this personal, I didn't know it was personal development at the time because I thought I was just debugging humans. And I went into deep survival / dying mode for years. And because of a my tech background is about knowing how. I'm a know-how guy, right? So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how am I going to get out of this hole, I just parked there for a long time until I discovered this, I would say secret now, which is no longer a secret, I'm sharing it. And as soon as I switched my question from how, things changed rapidly. So first thing I'd say for Troy is the rest of your thinking needs to be about what, at least to get you back to where you used to be, right? What's the vision? What's the plan? Just practice thinking in what mode for now. Now, it'll get you to striving, but that's not the recommended place to live. And I'm going to share it. But call on the next person so we can get as many voices as possible. Who looks interesting?
Let's go with Andre. I was looking for people who had their camera on, so he looks like he's on, ready to roll. Thanks, Nigel.
Always, you know I'm always.
Okay, Andre, what is your life purpose and how are you fulfilling that? Well, do the how question. Just start there. Life purpose, please.
Life purpose is from what I do, is to make people rethink what they thought they knew and educate them to go from the way they think to the way things actually are.
So give us an example of that. So like Johnny on the street.
Okay, basically, and what I do is with relationships and when I talk to people, individuals, the problem they come into it is that they thinking one way. You're a man, so you're thinking as a man would think.
Yes.
So to get you to understand how your woman may be thinking or how the partner that you're dealing with may be thinking, you have to step into their shoes and understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Because most times we don't communicate effectively, we just communicate.
Yes.
And with that whole idea, it doesn't make any sense.
So through your work, relationships in the world get better. Is that
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And assuming that you're successful, 10 million people in less than a year, Rita, 12, you've got a partner here. Right? What would the world look like? I mean, just take, let's say you got 10 million in a particular community and you're the man, you're known in the vicinity, and everyone has been through your program and been impacted by your teachings. How is that? What does that community now look like because of your great work?
It will look like a community that can better understand and receive what each other is saying. Because the problem we have in communication with both men and women is that we don't want to hear what other people are saying, nor do we, because if it doesn't make us feel good or it's not comfortable to us, we don't want to hear it.
Now you're saying this is after you've done your work. This is what the problem still is?
There'd be better communication.
No, that's before Andre, and there's after Andre. Remember that? Before Andre, people didn't know how to communicate. After Andre, life changed a little bit.
They have become better communicators.
And therefore,
they actually understanding one another from a point of view that it's not just your words can actually make a difference with somebody's life, pick them up and put them down.
Has there been any change in the financial world because of this increase?
It has because like I said, I do a relationship, as a relationship coach, I do those things, but my team, and I heard it mentioned earlier, my team, we found out that people with the things that we do, people want to do the same things and want to know how to do them. And when we teach them on our business services, we are ghostwriters, we are website designers, we are website content people, we do this kind of things. So now when they see they see a video that I may do, they say, well, how do you do it? Can you help me do it? Now I can not only help you do it, but show you how to do it for yourself.
Fair enough. Now, does everyone hear that how question running wild in his teachings, right? Now,
because you don't know what you don't know.
Well, that's a different question. Did you hear the what question there? He changed his question. You don't know what you don't know. That's a different from know how to. Anyway, back to your question. On the performance mindset pyramid, which is basically measuring your speed of cash flow, where would you say your business is right now on that? Is it flourishing?
It's striving right now. It's striving because going from one genre to another, being that I do the relationship, but also do the business services as well. I'm now able to not only do what I do, but help others do the same thing. When it comes to editing videos, things like that, now you can see how it can be done. It doesn't look so scary now.
Yeah.
When you see it.
Now, are you on the border of striving and surviving or striving and flourishing like Rita?
Right now, I would say striving and surviving because the genre itself that I work in is what I call a closed door situation to some people. Even though you may need the services, you're afraid to take the step to go get the help. People need help. They want to talk about it, but they're afraid to talk to people because they want people to know their business.
That's part
but
of
when
the
you understand the mindset
mindset
of it, you change the mindset of what you're thinking about. So you know what's more important to me right now? To get the help that I need, or people to know that I'm getting help.
Now, did everyone hear that question? You heard that he said, what's more important? You see that? That's a striving question. But when he was describing his work, he said, how to da, da, da. So that's why he's on the borderline of striving and flourishing, because he's fluctuating between two questions. Can you hear it? You listen to his speech, you'll hear him when he's really strategically thinking, he says, what? And then when he's talking about day-to-day operations and where people are, I show you how to communicate, how to do the video, how is the survival mindset programming question, okay? I see that T.U.'s getting it, she's seeing it, well, yes.
I can just jump in real quick. The one quote that comes to me is, what the mind can conceive, the body will believe.
Yes, what and the mind. Notice
and it's the what question.
There you go.
That's the thinker's question.
Well, it's so funny to you that you would say that, because I tell people all the time, you cannot increase your net worth if you don't increase your network.
This is true. This is getting closer. This brother is sitting on something great. Before we get to the answer to the flourishing question, can you call on someone to the stage, or Andre?
Okay, Miss Sally, are you ready to come in?
She's always ready.
She's muted.
Unmute. Let's hear the voice.
Sally.
There we go. I'm here and I'm ready.
Okay, Sally, welcome again. I love those wings.
Yes, thank you. I love them too.
No question about your identity. So, Sally, yes, share. I'm just going to let you share at will.
Share about my purpose. Well, my business, I come from engineering like you do. And I used to, used to work at NASA. So.
Oh my words. Keep going.
So I'm a medical intuitive and a soul purpose coach. But the bigger picture of what I'm here to do, because this is the vision, is I have developed a very profound way to tune in to your creative powers and take them to a level of high super consciousness.
Oh my God.
So that you can create powerfully from your soul level. So that you can literally shift into a different reality where you're living from your soul flow.
Oh my
not
words.
Stuck by obstacles. And the bigger picture I have of this, that I've had for a long time, and always for more than 10 years, I've known that I would be doing this, is to create a mastermind. When these people come to me, learn these creative processes, they can then join a mastermind where we can literally change the planet. And this is going back to the science that proves this. If you look at where transcendental meditation has been happening, the crime rates drop, the accidents drop, emergency room visits drop when this meditation is going on. We know when this meditation happens, it can change the world. But the thing that we haven't been accessing is our soul chakras and our creative chakras. And when we bring that into this coherent focus, we change the whole game. We came to this planet to create. Let's make a new earth that's based in love.
Let me ask a question. Oh, it's so powerful. Are you a change angel by any chance?
I think I am, yes.
You think?
Yes, I am.
See,
I'm a
we call you change
definitely a
angel.
big change angel, a
Yes,
transformation
you're,
angel.
now transformation is the process. Identity is what I'm referring to. So first thing I would like to say to
Okay.
Sally is flash your badge. Have
Flash
you?
my badge.
Yes. Here we are. It's a distinction for you.
Okay.
Identity activates superpowers. Just say that.
Identity activates superpowers.
Repeat.
And
please.
that's what I'm here to activate.
I know,
so.
I know. That's why I'm giving you this. This is for you specifically.
Yay, thank you.
So, who are you?
I
Right
am
there.
someone who helps people
No,
activate their creative
no,
superpowers.
That's you saying, I am someone who has many skills. But
Okay.
if you say, I'm a change angel, they go, oh, why didn't you say that before? That's the
Okay.
badge. Just literally say, I'm a change angel. 2 words.
I'm a change angel.
That word speaks for itself. The angel is your core identity. There's lots of different types of angels on earth, and one of them is here to cause change, and that's who you are. And that badge, it's like, you know, the FBI come in and they just walk on the scene and they just flash their badge, right? They're like, oh, and the police just let them through the tape. Who are you, FBI? Who are you, change angel? Oh, okay. Something happens. Now, if you notice, I'm actually asking a specific type of question, Angel Sally. Have you noticed it? I hope TU spotted it. Go ahead, TU. Tell us what you're hearing. She's the only one where I haven't mentioned any of the 2 previous questions.
She's a change angel. And clarify your question one more time. I didn't hear.
Well, actually, the answer she gave me was the result of my question. She's thinking. She's thinking. I can see her brain working. This is where the money is at. Go ahead.
Well, the issue I have is that I'm trying to silence my analytical brain.
No, put it on loudspeaker.
Huh?
Let it
Don't
speak.
put my analytical brain on loudspeaker. No.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it. It's trying to think, right? So you'll think, just think out loud. Think out loud.
Okay. Feel like I'm on the spot here. I have an analytical brain, but I'm working with a spiritual coach. And my thinking with your question is, yes, she's a change angel. I'm wondering what level she's going to.
Her call it.
Was that Rita? Oh, you were speaking? Okay. To you. The question I'm asking you is, she gave me an answer, which was her identity. Did you spot the question that I asked her? That's the question.
I'm going to pass on that. Okay. I don't want to take anybody else's time.
No, you're giving. Your thoughts are a gift to us. Just allow your thoughts on loudspeaker. You'll see you're a blessing. Trust me. I trust you. So she gave me the answer. I'm a change angel, but in order to give an answer, a question must have been asked. Can you spot the question?
What are you changing?
So your mind went to the what question, but it wasn't that. Let's see if Andre spotted my question. Different question. But that was a great answer. Andre, which question was it?
I didn't spot the question, actually.
Great. That's great. That's what I want to show. I want to see that there's a question that's being asked, but no one is seeing it. And that's why only 1% of the population is in flourishing. Let's see if Rita is on the ball. Yes, Rita saw it. Yes, Rita. The who question puts the mind in flourishing mode. It just moves it there on the spot. And Sally, Angel Sally, has come in with her superpower in flourishing mode. Now, Angel Sally, we need to test. Where do you think you're on that pyramid? Financially, your business, what level is it operating in? Is it in flourishing mode, striving mode? surviving mode, dying mode?
It's at the bottom of surviving mode. Since COVID, I
So-
don't have my in-person clients,
Fair enough. Borderline dying.
and I haven't gotten the traction online yet.
Okay, now we're going to shift that right now. Are you okay with that, or do you want to dwell there for a bit longer?
Oh, if you shift away.
Well, just
I'm a
remember
change
now.
angel. I love the change.
Thank you. You have one of the baddest missions on earth right now, which is to get people to think from their soul, which is where everything is anyway. If there's
Yes.
anyone that should be flourishing, it should be you,
Yeah.
my fellow change angel. But I found out my change angel colleagues are suffering from major financial problems, Rita. My angel people, of all the people on earth that should be wealthy, my change angel colleagues are suffering from major financial virus infection, this corruption. Somebody wanted to shut down the angels.
Yeah.
So let me just put it in context. I had this problem that Angel Sally had, and engineer. I'm NASA, dude. That means your CPU works. So I can
It
tell
does.
you,
Yeah.
it works. Right?
It works.
I was working in aerospace, right? That's where I was on the Airbus project.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, if you can make a big heavy plane fly in the sky, we can change the world, right? So she has the CPU power to do it. And what's up with the money? Rita, this is your world. We got to deal with the money thing. There's something going wrong with the money thing, especially for the angels. It's not intellectual. It's not analytical mind to you. It's just a mindset money thing. So here's the first thing I'd like to tell you is that, in fact, this is directly to Sally, so you can apply it on the spot. Sally,
Yes.
who's your ideal customer?
My
Make it up.
ideal customer is someone who really wants to make a change in their life. And
I'm going to
went to a
recommend
higher
something
level.
for you, Sally, to save you some time, because you and I
Okay.
are on the same path. Find another change angel. Your ideal customer is a change
another.
angel. Yes, one that's got wings, have this
That-
calling on their life, but they haven't figured out how they're going to do it. They have the vision for 10 years. They've had this calling on their life, but
They have things that hold them back, or they have
Well,
healing that they need to do, or they need to learn how to access their
that's the
ability
no, that's
to
the normal person.
elevate their consciousness.
No, that's the normal people. Right.
That's
if
the
you
normal
notice, normal people have this problem. My people have the answer sitting on the tip of their tongue. I'm sure you didn't go and get a degree to do this work. You downloaded the wisdom. You have direct connect to source.
I do. Yes.
See, to you, is that true? Rita, are you direct connect? See,
Yeah.
You don't need a degree for your work. You are super connected to the spiritual superhighway, and all that's required. First of all, you got to open your mouth and talk, right? Now, I'm sure you're talking or planning to talk. So just in case you haven't started talking yet, this is for everyone on this call. Repeat after me, Sally, so that you can model. By the way, as a change angel, you are the role model. My voice is my moneymaker.
My voice is my
My
money
voice
maker.
is my moneymaker.
My voice is my maker.
What's up? Only two people can speak. Rita, let's hear your voice.
I was going to say they're muted.
No, there's no such
Sorry
thing
about
for
that.
angels.
Mute.
I love
No,
it.
it's
My voice is
illegal.
my moneymaker.
Thank
My
you.
voice
It's
is
illegal.
my moneymaker.
Thank you. It's illegal for an angel to be quiet. Illegal. It's illegal. And here's the backup for it. For evil to abound, good people must stay quiet. Okay? So Sally,
That's
yes,
huge.
it's huge. The only reason why there's darkness on the planet is because the angels have stopped talking. So no muting. That's why I have angels call on angels. Have you noticed you called on angels call on each other? This is the first rule of angels. All angels talk for a living. And angels are, number one, they have the gift of speech. Rita, do you have the gift of speech? Are you a good talker? You like talking? Very good. And Andre talks to deliver his work. He has to talk. In fact, he's teaching people how to talk, right? He gets paid to talk and help people to improve their life by talking. To you, your book is just like an advertising for you to get speaking engagements.
I've been talking. My dad always called me a chatterbox. I've been talking since
Thank you.
the words.
So just repeat it again. Let's make sure to you that you didn't forget. My voice is my moneymaker, Nigel.
My voice is my moneymaker, Nigel.
Yeah. So therefore, it never goes off. If you turn off your moneymaker, the cash flow stops. All right. So now that
to stop talking. It took me a lifetime to speak with purpose and intent. I am here to continue to speak out loud.
reactivate your voice. This is what I do. How I know an angel's activated, they start talking. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, give someone else a chance. And that's why we had you call on someone. But you're allowed to disrupt and talk to you. Never let anyone say, oh, you talk too much. No, you have a huge message to deliver on earth. And this thing is what delivers it. Now, it just so happens that the good Lord, creator, put a moneymaker on the front of the face. As long as it's talking, it generates cash. Now, the mind is what determines the speed of the cash, right? So it can come out at low speed, called dying mode, or survival speed. If you listen to people that are in survival mode, they all talk about the same thing. I'm trying, it's really hard. And they use virus-infected words. Have I given everyone the virus words? Can you put the VAMP? Oh, let me just do it. The virus words. All angels must be aware of virus words because they're going to be talking. And if an angel is talking and spreading virus word, you know what we call them? A super spreader. Because they're talking and they're spraying virus in the world. Now, hence, the angel must be conscious of every word that comes out of their mouth. Every word matters. So now, angel must talk. Talking makes money. Remember, sales department is the only department on the planet that makes any money in any business. That's why I'm 100% endorsing what Lee is talking about, because reporter is either talking or getting other people to talk, right? The money is in the talking, all right? Now, once the voice is working, the rest of it is about the speed at which the money is coming in. And the highest speed that all angels are designed to come in at is flourishing. Exponential money for just talking. Oprah. Does anyone know Oprah? Angel Oprah? I believe she's quite wealthy. And guess what she does for a living? Talk. I think she has a talk platform. And also, is she exponential, surviving, or striving? Is she flourishing, you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there's our
Very
role
much
model.
so. Yes.
And does she make a difference on the planet? That's
Big
the
time.
model. Well, Sally, your job is to catch up Oprah.
I have been working on that for quite a while now.
And which question have you been asking?
I would love to be on Oprah's show.
And the question is, there
what
it is.
do I need to do to be at that level, to be noticed by Oprah's people to get on her show?
That's a better question. At least you asked a what question. Did you deliberately change it from how?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm actually writing a book, and I'm putting together a mastermind. So I think the book will help open things up. It's called Super Conscious Hope.
I know your message is clear and relevant and destined. What we're talking about, the speed at which you get there. Nigel is selling speed.
I need speed.
Now I'm going to give you, so I saw you have the list of virus words, right, Sally? I sent them to you. Well, I'll send it to you again.
Thank you.
Let me just check it. It's in the chat.
Yeah, everybody put their email in, and Nigel will be able to.
Well, I'll just give him the link and it will just collect it directly. So I'm going to put this thing, it will send you the list of virus words. That's the first rule. Words can slow down the mind or speed them up. Sorry, BAMP. There you go. There we go. I found it. Come on, Nigel. Okay, I'm going to post that in chat. And then I'm going to go to Sally as the model for everyone else. Where is my, there we go. Back here, post to chat. Chat, put it in the chat. Okay, to everyone. Everyone, bam, right here. Okay, so this link is called Greatness Activation /VANT. And it's going to ask for your name and email, and then about 10 minutes later, it sends you the list of virus-infected words. And whenever I'm speaking, and I'm speaking to an audience, some of those words are virus-infected. And what the virus does, it brings the mind out of flourishing down that pyramid. And the virus, the most infected mind is called the survival mind. And what they say is, Nigel, I've been trying really hard to find a way and I don't know how and I can't, it's really difficult. And when you start hearing those words, you're like, whoa, it's very painful to listen to. And I found out is the angels that have been spreading it. That's the first disappointing news. Angels love to talk. And when they're infected, they spread it. So the first rule, that's why I said, Sally, your first work, your first wave of master teachers is another set of change angels who are on this platform, by the way. So start your collaboration right here on this platform, because that is why I'm talking to Bettina, because of the angels on this call. And so that's number one. Second thing, to attract them, Sally, this is what I'd like you to do. Ask a who question. That's it. Repeat, Sally.
To attract them, I ask who questions.
Yes. So just make one up right now. You're a NASA engineer. You can make up questions.
Who would you like to be?
Very good. Who are you addressing it to, by the way?
Anyone who wants to answer.
No such thing as anyone.
Okay, you
Sally,
want me to pick a person? Okay.
No. I mean, for you in general, you have laser vision. You don't do random. Like, for example, when I'm on a Zoom call like this, the squares, they put it in square mode.
Yes.
I am looking at it and I'm using my intuitive radar to spot the angel. Do you have that intuitive radar?
Yes.
Please use it, because that angel will hear you right away without you having to do too much marketing. The law of resonance. You're thinking. Oh, did she freeze? What are you thinking?
Rosie,
oh, sorry.
My question is, who do you want to be in the world? Now,
here's where the virus word comes in. Want is a virus word.
Oh.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Just have a look at it. It's not a judgment on you. Just look at that word. And if someone wants, what does it mean about where they are now?
Is that a lacking word? Is that what you're thinking?
What are you asking me, or are you intuiting that?
I'm just thinking about it. Yeah.
You think with your heart, though, Angel Sally.
Yes.
So you should trust it. You're not thinking, you're knowing. You're a powerful angel. So the first thing I'd like to say about Angel Sally is to trust your inner guidance. It is not thinking, it's knowing. You speak with authority even when you think you're wrong. Give your intuition the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Speak as if, yes, it's always right, but your mind may have a doubt on it. So instead of asking me that question, can you tell me, Nigel, with authority, this is what I think. I know. My intuition is telling me X.
Yes. So I need to find a different way to ask the who question.
Need is another one.
Okay.
You see it? Can you see it?
I definitely need to look at this list. This is a very interesting list.
It is, because need, let's have a look at it. Just feel that word.
Yeah, I know that's
clearly,
And it's a need word. What can
I
you
know,
say?
you're not a needy angel, you're connected to superhighway.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. Therefore, you see what's happening is that your actual vocabulary is conflicting with your truth.
Wow.
Yes, the words have been interfering with your knowingness. It's like the way that what she knows and what she
Wow.
says are out of alignment. But no one brought it to her awareness. I take the blame, Your Honor. Nigel withheld that piece of info. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
words matter. They
They
convey.
do matter. They're
They
creative.
do.
You create with the power of your words.
I create with the power of my words. The question
Yes,
is
I
which
do.
words are doing what? You see, each word is doing stuff. And in the area of finance, Rita, finance, words matter. Words matter. Numbers preferred. That's why the finance people just go to the numbers, man. Just skip all that talk and get me the number, because the words can interfere with the delivery. And the words that are interfering with the delivery of the angel, now, the angel still has to talk. Despite all this interference, he still got to speak. There's no escaping. You can't be quiet. Nigel, I don't want to spray you with virus. You're going to be spraying him with virus, okay? But now the question is, are you practicing being aware of the word? The word. In the beginning was the word. You understand what I'm saying, right? The words matter. Now, the list I got you shared has all of them on there. And the most common. What happened? These virus words put the mind in survival. The audience and the teacher, Angel Sally. Your birthright is flourishing. You were constructed at the top of the food chain. I call the change angel the Rolls Royce of humanity. Literally. So anyhow you find yourself below the flourishing line, there's a virus infection going on. Hence the focus
That's my
on
words. Wow.
Yes. And your words are powerful. They take effect immediate. Ooh, good. So Sally, I'm so glad you spoke, because you are actually your identity. You lead with your identity. And that's the model. Identity activates superpowers, but if superpowers are spraying out virus words, then the words are actually harming the audience. Hence the virus awareness words. That's the first thing. That's how Bettina and I met. Bettina, would you like to take over and say something?
Yes. I mean, I've got 2 virus words in my title, for example, that I'm working on dealing with. Me and you are virus words. I is more powerful. When I speak from I, it's more powerful than when I speak from we and you. So we're going to need to shift gears to bring on our next speaker, but that was so amazing. This is exactly the kind of experience I had, and that Nigel is doing with us in our Financial Miracle Challenge, which is coming up here in the 3rd week in August. And so Nigel, wrap up real quick in about 30 seconds, how folks can actually be in touch with you and the Financial Miracle Challenge.
Yes. First of all, I'm going to put it in the chat, the actual financial miracle. So the first one I put was the virus words. I want you to just have a copy of that, especially if you're teaching. Everyone on this call must be virus word aware. The Financial Miracle Challenge is what I'm putting in the chat now. And this one is a 5-day challenge. And what that is let me just post it in so I can focus. 1 second. Come on, Nigel. You got 1 second to get out of here.
While you're doing that, I'm going to just say out loud to the viewers, because they're not able to see the chat, go to greatnessactivation.com /VAMP for that VAMP list, the virus protection list. And you will
FMC for the other one.
Yes, and FMC. So greatnessactivation.com /FMC for the 5-day Financial Miracle Challenge. Thank you so much, Nigel, for helping us network at the same time that we're learning your process, and that we are all here with a message, and our voice is our moneymaker, and our platform is media. So this is where we're going to go turn our attention to next, is in terms of advertising. And so joining me now is Gregory from Admanity. And Brian, thank you so much for joining us here. I'm going to spotlight you for everyone to see. And you're going to take it away for some moments, and we'll get a chance, hopefully, to get some others introduced along the way.
Great. Hey, everybody. It's good to see everybody again. There's so many familiar faces like I see every time I come on the on your programs. And and then some of you have already become aware of the Admanity protocol. I'm going to call you all Admanitarians today, those of you who are already involved.
I love
and
it.
For those that aren't, we're going to, this is great, Bettina. It's really timely because we're talking with Nigel with the words, and that words actually matter. And that is exactly what I came to talk to you about today. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a graphic up here that for those of you who haven't seen this before, hopefully you can see these symbols now. These are the 15 emotions of Admanity, and those of you who are already in it, you already know about it. For those of you who have not yet gone so far as to see what Admanity is all about, these are the 15 emotions that sell everything on the planet Earth if regarding a product or a service. And they're all emotions that we use every single day. And at Admanity, we basically show you which ones are the ones that you'll be using to sell whatever it is you sell. And but today I'm not going to talk too much about these particular emotions. We're going to talk about words today. And if I'm going to, do I have the ability to share my screen, Bettina?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll see which one of these actually works. It's always a challenge for me. Yep, you know that. You guys have been through me on this dark path before. The question is, will Brian ever be able to operate Zoom? That's the question. And so far, the answer is no. Let me just get this to go. I'm getting all these different messages, Bettina. Different share screen. It's not showing me the screen that I can actually share. Let me try this. See if you guys see this logo. You guys see that? Admanity protocol?
Yes, we do.
You do? Okay. Hey, it worked. Yippee-ki-yay. All right. So we're going to share with you today the 6 most powerful words in marketing, branding, writing headlines. I know Lee's been talking to you about the clickbait-ish form of writing a catchy phrase or headline. And so this is for those of you who have an Admanity report, this is in there, but I wanted to expound on it today because this kind of gets skipped over. And it's so cool and so important, these powerful words that just sort of, get people engaged. So today we're going to be talking about the 6 most powerful words in copywriting. Okay. And we're just going to go through it real quick. I think I got about 15 minutes here. So we're just going to go through and show you exactly what they are and why they're so cool. Okay. Now, the 6 most powerful words. Word number 1 is free. And that's not a big surprise. People see free all the time. But free is so much more better. That's not even good English, more better. But free is better than on sale, half off, buy one, get one, all those options you see there. And the reason free is better than almost any other way you can say getting something for nothing or getting a huge deal today is because free doesn't involve any mental calculations. In Admanity, we teach you to talk to the subconscious mind, the mind that really makes the decisions. And it likes things it doesn't have to calculate. And as soon as you have half off, your mind thinks half off of what? 2 for 1, what was the price of the one? 50% off, now I got to do fractions. I hate fractions, and on and on and on. So free, everybody knows the value of that. And so what we're going to share with you here is why free is so powerful. Now, if you got the photographs or the stuff lining up on the right side of your screen, you might miss a little of this, so you can change your speaker view because I'm trying to get these slides to show. Well, why is free so good? Because calculations of any kind are a function of the conscious mind, and the conscious mind cannot decide to buy anything. It organizes thoughts, but it doesn't really make any decisions. And people kind of hate math generally. And those of you who are good at math, you have my undying envy. I wasn't one of those people. The word free requires no mental calculation, no reasoning. We all know what it is instantly. And whenever possible, we want to make something free. So when you're structuring your offer, instead of saying, and you get this extra bonus, say a free bonus. And if you're going to give them more value, maybe you can't make something completely free, but you could add something to it that is free. Free has more power than any other, almost any other value word in the English language. And nothing makes a buyer feel better than no money leaving their pocket. That's a very, very strong incentive for them. It is an emotional word. It's greedy. It's tempting. It won't last. It's urgent. All of those things. We know something free isn't going to be around forever. And the emotions appeal to the subconscious. Again, that's the mind that buys. So this is our first power word. Go ahead and jot it down if you don't already have an Admanity teaching course. But you just have that for free. Hey, how about that? Everything's free with me. Let's go on to our second most powerful word in copywriting. Because. And this is a really interesting word, because it doesn't seem like it would be that powerful. Because is a word we just toss all over the place and we don't give it much thought. So why is because believed so much more than the other words? Well, here's why. It's an absolute. If somebody says, why, you just say because, and you could almost answer the question that way. It sort of just ends the conversation, doesn't it? It assumes authority where there may have been none before. Your parents drilled it into your head because I said so. And that was the end of every argument as a child, right? There was no more debate on why. It's because I said so. And so because is a very powerful word. It requires no proof. In copywriting, it ends the debate. It disarms the question that's in the conscious mind. If you're selling the conscious mind, you never sell anything. It's always got questions. It's always got delays. It's always got a reason why it can't do something right now and why it can't buy today. The subconscious mind says, I'll take it. So because just sort of ends all the arguments. It provides certainty without giving any solution. It doesn't have to offer any solution at all. It's a magic word. And it gives our minds closure so that we feel that somehow the problem has been answered. And whatever follows because is so powerful. Whatever you say, well, the answer to that is this, because, and whatever happens after because is instantly believed by most everyone, because you must have an answer, because it must be right, because you're smart, because it's true. Whatever that is, make it bold, make it strong, make it powerful, because whatever comes after the word because in your copy is believed. And that's really cool. Now, there was an interesting study done back in the 70s using a copier. Some of you may have heard this story. It's done by Harvard. And remember the old days where you had to pay for copies? It cost you a nickel and you had to line up at the copy machine somewhere, and you actually had to pay every time a copy ran through the machine. Well, they ran a study where they had a person at the they'd wait for somebody to go up to the copy machine, and then they would somebody would interrupt them. And they were part of the research experiment. And this research person would walk up to them, and they first said this, excuse me, I have 5 pages, may I use the Xerox machine? And they just, basically asked it politely, could I cut in line in front of you? And 60% of the people in line said, okay, sure, you could cut in line in front of me, just because they were nice people. And then they asked a different question. They started asking this, hey, I have 5 pages. May I use the Xerox machine because I'm in a rush? And they said, because I'm in a rush. That's kind of important to them. It may not be very important to you. You're already at the Xerox machine. But 94% of the people then said, yes, you may cut in front of me. The only difference is because they had a because thing in there. And then they changed it one more time and they said, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the Xerox machine because I have to make copies, which is a really dumb reason. We're all in line here to make copies. We all want to make copies. But because they said because, 93% of the people said yes. It didn't change it at all. So a nonsense reason. And so the only conclusion was the word because was very, very powerful. So think about that when you use because. Next word, instantly. Nothing is faster than instantly. Watch how fast this goes off the screen. Boom, gone. Why? Because instantly is an urgency word. It's better than fast, quick, right away, or in a flash. It's better than all of the others. It means right now, you know, just that fast. Everybody knows what instantly is. It's already happened. It's not a measure of time, but it's something that has already, in fact, happened. It requires no calculation by your conscious brain, the one that doesn't buy anything. You can't refuse what is already instantly at hand. It'll be in your hands instantly. And that's what your mind says when it sees the word instantly. Even if you're not selling speed, like you're not Federal Express, you don't need to be overnight delivery, but you could be instantly happier with your purchase. You could be instantly more satisfied with your cup of coffee. You could be instantly more enjoying your new, whatever it is. So instant can happen to a lot of things. So use it whenever you can, because it implies that good things have already happened. And it should always be associated to a positive outcome. Instantly, this wonderful thing will happen. Instantly, you'll feel brand new. Instantly, 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 whatever follows it, make it bold and powerful, just like because, okay? Next word is you. It's all about you, isn't it? It's your world. That's the world we'd prefer to see. We'd prefer everybody was more concerned about us than themselves, right? It just is the way it is. Why? Why is you so powerful? You is nearly a hypnotic word. I'm going to show you how in a minute. It wakes people up and they pay attention when they hear the word you. Hey, you. All of a sudden you turn. You don't even know who it is, but you're looking. You're hoping it might be you. You is a very powerful word. It just is. And nobody ignores a conversation that's all about you. It answers the mental question, what about me? Well, we're going to talk about you, the most important topic in the entire world. And nobody really cares about your needs. And from the seller's point of view, they don't really care about the seller. They care about their needs, their questions, their concerns, their problems, their doubts, their fears. That's what they care about. So you automatically throws the conversation back in. And it works in all forms, as you see here. All forms of you should be used. They do exactly the same thing. And the interesting thing is, even when it's overused, nobody notices. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. Here's the problem. Most all of us write from I, we, me, us, and our, because we're bragging. We want people to know that we do this really cool thing. So we use these words, but these are not of interest to the people we're talking to. All they care about is you. They're far less emotional. So when you write your copy, go back and write it again and figure out how you can put you in there. And always associate something positive, again, with the word you. You will be delighted. You will be happy. You will be amazed. You will be satisfied, right? It just keeps working. So here's a sample of bad copywriting. So look in the blue area. It's an accounting company, evidently. Acme Tax Service. We have an expert team of pros to help us do what is safe and effective. Our team will help you do things most important. And we offer and we do and we and us and all of that. Okay. This is bad copy because it's all directed towards them. The volume is pointed exactly at them, not at the customer. Customer's going to lose interest in this ad because it's talking about something I don't care about, the company. Now let's just rewrite it. This is good copy. You know you don't like accounting. You've known for a long time. Now simply dialing our number ends that drudgery for you, right? Let us relieve you of that burden. You'll know every number. You'll never miss a deadline, and you'll have it all done for you at lightning speed. Now, I think in this paragraph, we mentioned you 15 times, and nobody will ever know. They'll never write you and say, hey, you overused the word you. No, they will never, ever have. It's never happened to me yet, and I'm a pro copywriter, because no one ever minds when the conversation is all about them, ever. And it's a great thing to do in copywriting. So look to replace the personal pronouns, we and us and all that, and see if you can rephrase the sentence to turn it back on them, okay? Really interesting stuff. Next is imagine. This is a very cool word. Imagine opens the subconscious mind. That's what it does. It opens you up to imaginary things, imaginary worlds, fantasy, imagination. Anything can happen. Now, I've asked you to imagine something, right? The word imagine is like saying once upon a time to a little kid. As soon as you say that to a little kid, they know the story is coming. And as adults, it's no different. You say imagine or once upon a time, we know there's something fun going to happen. And so it opens up your subconscious to be suggestive. And it creates that inner child wakes up and says, this sounds like something I would like. The conscious mind turns off, which is what we want, because it's the doubtful mind, and it has to imagine something subconsciously. The creative no limits brain is now driving the car. A lot more fun to deal with that. Anything is possible. Again, the words that follow it should be something the buyer wants. Imagine if your car if you never had to pull into a gas station with an electric vehicle, that happens. And imagine the benefits and the happiness and the wonder and the, your kids will all go to the right school and you'll retire wealthier than your wildest dreams, right? Imagine. It requires no proof. It's one of the greatest copywriting words. Doesn't require, you don't have to justify it. You're asking them to just make something up. Imagine this, blank. The subconscious becomes emotional when it imagines. And we know when people buy is when they're emotional. It believes anything it can imagine. That's the other cool thing. Whatever it imagines, it believes. So that's kind of neat. So follow it with a big promise of nice outcome. Even if it's fantasy outcome and playfulness, it can be, it can work. And imagine that. It's just a cool word. So use it whenever you can. And then finally, we're going to get to new. What's new? New is better than old. Why? The word new is like saying everything else is obsolete. Most people believe new to be better, even if they don't understand it. What's known as old, dull, and boring. What's old is dull and boring, and what's new is exciting. And it's 10,000 times better than better. So if you've improved something or changed it or upgraded it, you never really want to say we've improved it and changed it and upgraded it. That sort of implies you created a losing product before and we just now fixed it. You want to say we've made it new. You see new and improved. I wouldn't even use improved. I would never use improved. Improved implies failure. New. New is unquestionably more interesting. And so I put it in a sentence, free because instantly you imagine new. So there's a nice sentence, an easy way to remember these 6 words. Free because instantly you imagine new. And use them in your headlines, your sub-headlines, and occasionally in your copy when you're writing, the reasons why you should buy your product or your service. And if you want to know more about such things, Admanity is a partner of We Empower You. We're always here to help, and we offer a really cool product. It's called the Admanity Protocol. It will show you things about your brand you cannot even imagine right now. And I can't say everything in there is free, but it's like getting a free education. It really is. For those who've been through it, you can ask anybody in We Empower You, that'll tell you what they get from it. And the price on this is only $397. It's a one-time fee that we charge. You can get it through We Empower You at that link right there on the bottom of the screen. You get extra goodies if you go through We Empower You, things that people on our website don't even get. So just realize that if you're going to do it, use that link right there. Maybe Bettina can put it in the chat so that we can, everybody can get it. But you'll get extra things. You'll get your ad formulas for your business, your strategies, your copywriting tips like today, emotions you should be using, the upsells. How do you sell more of whatever you sell? How do you win back customers that have lost? It's all psychology, folks. The colors that appeal to people will show you your colors, your answers, your formulas. Everything you see flipping by on that little book there is stuff that's in your Admanity report, we call it. And it's only $397. There's a 30-day money back. There's no risk. If you see something you don't like, don't take it. Get your money back. And right there in that link, that is the link to use. And I hope you guys found this fun and interesting. Use these 6 most powerful words whenever you can. They will improve whatever it is you're trying to say to your audience. And with that, I hand the microphone back over to Bettina.
Thank you so much. It's great to have you back, Brian, and to make this special offer to us as always. This is just another one of the ways that we are coming together to empower you, right? So you've been watching WeEmpowerYourLife.com and the We Empower You community. Stay tuned. Everybody stay put. We're going to give instructions on how folks can actually get to our next Wednesday meeting, which is going to be next Wednesday, August the 11th. And it's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to WeEmpowerYourLife.com, click on the calendar tab to join us. And everybody stay on the call.